everybody, how's it going? So today we are checking out yet another $14.99 amp sim from Audio Assault. What's it sound like? Like this. Let's break it down, shall we? All right, so this is the second video I'm doing with Audio Assault on their amp sims. I promised you guys one on the RVXX a couple weeks ago. Now, the first thing I love about this amp sim is the resizable interface. For a guy like me, you know, 4K screens don't really help that much, and just being able to make the controls that much bigger just means the world to me. It really does. It's just that much easier to work with. And now for my Grandpa Simpson moment. It happened to me. It'll happen to you too. So what we got here is the same kind of system with a gate, in and out level controls, stomp box, which is probably a boost of some sort, amp and cabinet, and then we've got our whole IR system set up here near the back. And it looks like we got some really cool cabinets here: Hazu, Diesel, Mesa, Orange, you know, the typical metal stuff, and that's absolutely great. It's got the exact same IR system where you can load up your different ones and save favorites, that kind of thing. And it still doesn't have a system where you can actually type on a keyboard and scroll through the various IRs quickly. You have to load them all. I really hope they refine the interface and get that part worked out. But this is pretty similar to a Revv in terms of controls anyway. It's got two channels clean. Well, let's turn the amp on. Duh. Of course, you guys aren't here for the clean. Let's just turn the gain back of the master up, see what we get though. Let's take the bass back a tiny bit, bring out the presence, maybe a little bit of treble, bring that depth back down. Okay, not bad. It's definitely cleaner than the Sigma was, that's for sure. But let's be honest here, you guys are not here for the clean channel. Most of us couldn't care less about the clean channel, myself included. We're here for the metal. So let's move it over to the A channel. I like how they put the dirt channel on A and not B. They have their priorities in order. Of course, gain's down all the way. Let's just zero the controls here and see what we get. All right, we're just going to take a real quick look at some of the included cabinets here. It looks like a Hazu cabinet. Not bad. And a diesel cab, GK12100. Again, just a little bit slightly different flavor. And let's check out that Soldano cab, looks like. Okay, you know, there's definitely some tonal variations there. Now, I've got my favorites already loaded in here, like there's the Laney Supergroup from Lancaster, which is definitely a little beefy. That's not bad at all. Now, one of my other absolute favorites is from Trey Xavier's pack. It's the SR25 on the Marshall 1960. That's a lot of fun. I really dig that. But my absolute favorite, of course, is from my collection, and that's the Engel Fredman. Now, mind you, this is with this simulation set completely everything at 12 o'clock. We haven't even dialed the tone in yet. So that's one way I like to approach getting tones, especially through an amp sim, is to just set everything to 12 o'clock and swap out the various impulse responses until I find a great jumping off point. In this case, that's what's going on right here. I don't really have to touch this too much, I don't think. I might want a little bit more gain on that. Let's see what the buttons do here first, though. Let's throw on the aggression. That's pretty cool. And wide. Okay, that's got a little bit more beef to it. It's not huge. Let's throw the stomp on, see what we get. Not bad, not bad. Okay, cool. Let's crank this in just a little bit more. Let's dial this tone in a little bit and see what we can get. Want to watch that presence knob? I mean, it gets a little fizzy. Now, I learned how to dial in amp sims from my friend over at Chernobyl Studios. He's got a really cool system for doing it, so I'm kind of working under his rule set, and it seems to do the trick. Definitely like that stomp in there. That's definitely doing the trick, but that's looking pretty good right there. Let's see what we get. That's pretty sick right there. I like that. That's just got just enough grit without being overbearing in the top. And yeah, it's really got a lot of that super heavy gain that we're all looking for. Yeah, that's all kinds of fun. Of course, this thing also has to be useful in leads, not just metal rhythms. So let's dial in a little bit more mid-range, maybe a wee bit more gain, and see what this thing can do. Throw maybe a little bit of echo on there as well. Now, of course, that's only a single guitar just jamming away. The real test of any amp sim is how well it holds up in a mix. And for this, we've got Mr. Erik Arko and Jackson Ward doing their thing. So that's the Audio Assault RVXX. Obviously looks a lot like a Revv G20. Is it a Revv G20? Hard to say at this point. I think I am going to do a follow-up video where I shoot the two out because, you know, you guys are going to want to know that for sure. And I think it'd be something worth investigating. Now, I'd just like to point out there are some slight differences from the G20 to the RVXX. The G20 has a two-stage aggression control. The RVXX only has one. And the G20 does not have a presence or resonance control, whereas the RVXX does as well. Not exactly certain why the discrepancy there, why they went for a presence and resonance control on an amp that doesn't actually have them. The added functionality is pretty cool, but I do think the two sound dissimilar, and I am going to follow this up in another video. At $14.99, it's another steal from Audio Assault. I can't believe they're giving it away for this low of a price. I honestly think they could be getting $100 for this plugin, no problem whatsoever. It'll definitely compete with what else is out there on the market. But don't take my word for it. Go check out the site, go check out the software for yourself, and put it to your own test, because that is ultimately what's important. Not my opinion, but yours. Check it out, follow the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.